All right. I'm going to walk through how to submit the homework. When you log into Brightspace, pick your course for 2025 computational problem solving. What you see at this point may be a little bit different because I'm looking at the instructor view. But if you go to content and under content, say you pick introduction, that's the first week. You can either click graded work here or come down here. So let's pick chapter 1, programming exercise 1-1. That's opening cengage up for you now. That's where we are being redirected to. Also, your view is going to be a little bit different from mine because you are looking at the student view. I'm looking at the instructor view. But at the end of the day, you should see this button, Start Assignment Now. So you want to click on this button. For you, it might be in the middle of the page or something like that. It will tell you that, like you see here, this activity is open in another tab. Please do not draw all of that. Now, a couple of things to bear in mind. If you don't see it opening up in another tab, it could be that you have pop-up blocker on. If you're using Safari, try Chrome. And even with Chrome, if it's still not opening up, then look at the address bar right here and look towards the extreme right here, the address bar. You will see something that is crossed out. And you will see an option. If you click on it, you will see an option that says allow or continue blocking. You want to choose allow. But if it opens another what's it called for you, another tab for you after clicking on the orange button, you should get to a page like this, which is the GitHub page. And it might take about a minute or 30, anything between 30 seconds to 60 seconds to load, depends on the system performance at any given point in time. Um, what you want to do is just wait for everything to load properly. Right here, you will see your, what's it called? This is your file explorer. This is your code editor. This is your instruction page, which is where you get instruction for the work you want to do. At the bottom here is your terminal. You can use this to manually run your code or to interact with the application after it's running. This is where if you want to use the GUI, by all means, read through this. I don't use the GUI and I've never used it. I always just use the terminal. But from the word instruction down is where the work really is. You will see the question that it's asking you. It will give you an example. At times, it's going to be an example set of inputs, or at times, it's going to be an example set of output, how things should look. Based on the instruction you are given, write your code. Now, right here, where it says your tasks, for some assignments, it's just going to be one. For some, it's going to be 2, 3, 4, depending on how they've broken that particular assignment down into tasks. When you open this, when you come to GitHub originally, this is not going to be green. It's white. After you've done the coding or the instruction in if you follow the instruction, what you want to do is click on the image that's here. It will be white originally. After a couple of seconds, it will either turn red with an X in it, or it will turn green with a check mark like this in it. If it turns green, you're good. If it turns red with an X in it, what you want to do is expand this area like this. Click on that drop down, and you will see status field. It doesn't have to be all of it. As long as if this is a red X, you will have at least one status field. There might be um, X number of status passed, but you have at least one status failed, or you could have more than one. What you want to do is try and read through what it says about the status field. If it makes sense to you, then do the fix and move on and run it again. Click on it again, the red X. If it doesn't make sense to you, take a good screenshot of it, send it to me. A screenshot of the failure and also a screenshot of your code, because I need to be able to see your code. I need to be able to see the error it's giving you so that I can tell you what's going on. Okay. Now, in a situation where you have multiple tasks like this, so let's say you have 2 or 3 of this task items here. When you run the first one, let's say it passed, and you run the second one, it might tell you that your code has not changed, so it's not going to run. That's just because it was expecting you to write a portion of the code, run the task, then write the next portion of the code, run the next task. But if you've written all your code and then you started running the task, that's fine. All you need to do when you try to run the second task and it says your code has not changed is just put an empty space somewhere, an empty line, and then run it. That will fool it to think you've made changes. Okay? At times, depending on your resolution and depending on how many tasks there are, there might be more for you to click through at the bottom here. In this case, we have only one. Okay. Also, this is a button that you can click on to run your code. If you have multiple files here, that is, if your assignment involves multiple scripts or multiple Python modules, then instead of just clicking run file name, click on this drop down to select the file you want to execute. Okay. As you execute these tasks, your grade should get updated. If there are 4, it might get updated from 0 to 25, then from 25 to 50 when you're on the second one, 50 to 75, and on like that. If for any reason, let's say you have 4 tasks and all 4 of them are green, but your grade here is still not, what you expected 100%. Let me rephrase that. If all your tasks are green and you don't have 100% here, send me an email, show me a good screenshot so that I can see what you have and your code as well. And I will let you know what next to do. Then when you're done with all of that, what you want to do is you want to make sure you click on this submit button. If you don't click the submit button, your grade is not going to get submitted. You've done everything, but your grade will not get submitted. Okay. One quick thing to mention, if you get to GitHub like this and this page loads, this panel loads for the editor, this panel loads for the file explorer, the terminal loads, but the companion does not load. That is where the instruction is. What you should do is come to the icons on the left, click on this one. Now you see this here, it says open companion tab, refresh companion tab, bundle current workspace. What you want to do is click refresh companion tab. And that will try to reload it for you to make sure it loads properly. I'm going to close it out because my refresh is not working for me, maybe because it was loaded properly before. So I'm going to kill that. Then I'm going to click open companion tab. Now it's loaded. Okay. One more thing. If you get to a point where you've written your code, but you're like, oh, I'm not getting this, let me start all over again. What you want to do is this. Click on, there should be a button here for that. Let's see. Oops. No, that's not what I want. And then on the command block, not terminal either. Why is it not showing me this? Okay, reset exercise is the bottom one. Interesting. Reset exercise. So cancel this icon here. It's what you want to click on. Reset exercise. You have three options. You can reset the grade only. You can reset the coding files only, or you can reset everything. It's up to you what you're trying to achieve. Okay. So that's about it. I'm going to stop here.